If you're watching this, you've been invited to the 2024 TLB Fantasy Football League. Welcome. You're embarking on a journey of epic proportions, a duel of giants and pussies, and all in the pursuit of a giant stroke of your goddamn egos. I wish all you newbies good luck, except David. I wish all you vets go get fucked. Let the games begin. Before we begin this week's previews, I'd like to take a moment to apologize to the league for the clear mishap that happened on Thursday. I was contacted by ESPN late in the night about a clear clerical error on their end, completely out of my hands. All has been fixed, the league is back to normal, and we'll be having a great season. The first matchup of the week is the Redeem Team versus the Lusty Leons. The Redeem Team is looking for redemption after unceremoniously being kicked out of the league. He's been on the Indies for years, and now he's looking to prove that he's a true fantasy veteran. The Lusty Leons, on the other hand, have chosen a rather unique strategy for fantasy, prioritizing the quarterback position in an attempt to, trade bait the rest of the league. In this commentator's opinion, that's a shit idea, Matt. The next matchup we have is Caleb's crew versus Ant's football fiends. This matchup features a fantasy dinosaur that if it were up to him, we'd all be playing Neanderthal scoring, versus a brand newborn to the league who is certainly addicted to gambling. Will the heart of this gambling problem be enough to topple this fucking fossil? We're about to find out. The next matchup is the Richmond Journeymen versus You Don't Have the Right. We were able to pry Alex off of Diablo long enough to actually draft his team. Now the question is, will he be able to perform? Noah, Richmond, Virginia's favorite son, on the other hand, has chosen a new strategy of not just drafting a team full of Pat Fryermoots. Will that lead him to victory? I don't know. But how's that for Wonder Bread and Coke? The next matchup we have is people who annoy you, neighbors, versus Adam's awesome team. Trent, the boy who cried collusion, has been facing an onslaught after onslaught, according to him, of all of us, the town of Leesburg, Commissioner Roger Goodell, Frankie Polanco, Miami PD, Taylor Swift, the Biden administration, and nature itself. Well, buddy, since you think this commissioner's office is so corrupt, guess what? You're right, we're sending you to New Jersey for the first away game in fantasy football history. Best of luck. His opponent has been an enemy of this state since the start of this league. But rest assured, this administration put down the mutiny of Adolf Hitler and all of his goons. Will Adams' love affair with Derrick Henry be enough to topple the massive wave of Trentiers he's currently facing? It's about time we find out. Next up is everyone's unanimous choice for Game of the Week. The Poor Boys of PlayStation versus Dave's Diddlers. This matchup features undoubtedly the greatest fantasy football team ever assembled. The Poor Boys features a myriad of superstars with giant hogs who are ready to pillage and plunder and fuck every single one of you in the goddamn ass.
Hi, David. I requested to do your part. I think your team's really good because
Taylor, we talked about
you're
this.
Smart.
You're not
you're
actually
funny,
the commissioner.
You're handsome.
All right, let's get.
No. If I.
Sorry about that, folks. We're facing some technical difficulties, but as usual, the league persists on. Ultimately, David, you're fucked. The final matchup we have on this scorecard is Taylor's Tig Tatas versus the Fat Kenny. Kenny, the guy who never answers his phone, finally answered the call for our TLB Fantasy Football League. Well, Kenny, thanks to you, we pushed back the draft at half an hour. I had to take a shitload of phone calls, and you still drafted like ass. Taylor, on the other hand, our esteemed vice commissioner, who is definitely not a seat warmer, has finally decided to take down his chiseled counterpart, Kenny. We'll see how it goes, folks. But to be honest, between the names and the way these guys fucking look, I can't fucking tell the difference. These fascinating storylines will culminate in the ultimate battle of conquerors and cups. And you can rest assured that this administration will handle you with the utmost professionalism.